Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dr. Phil here, and I'm going to talk to you just one last time about scrapping wires. Why? Because I just noticed something on the side of the road which was a little bit amusing, and I'll explain it to you now. Someone had left out a washing machine on the side of the road, and someone had opened it up and attempted to scrap it. They pulled out the motor windings, and they found out it was aluminium, and they stopped at that point. That's fine. I understand why they did that. But there was a crucial thing that they forgot about, and they left this wire cable just lying in there, and they left all the other bits and bobs inside, of which something that looks not unlike this thing, a relay or a safety switch, actually was in there. So the guy had already opened it up and left this wire literally for me to just go yoik, and it's gone. It's out of there. Very, very easy scrap for me to do. And there was silver in the safety switches. I was able to get an awful lot out of it. And the thought occurred to me, why don't people spend a lot of time doing this? And I think it's because they have a great deal of trouble turning this into this. If you are able to get the cover off of the wire, then you are able to get many times the value of the copper than this. This is, barely worth your time. It'll just waste fuel in your car and all that sort of stuff. So it's not worth it. Now, I've already shown you the potato peeler method, which is essentially get potato peeler and get it off. But you can see that sometimes it doesn't work out well. And if you've got a really small cable, then maybe it's not worth your time doing that. And I can understand that. You've got diminishing returns when you're using a smaller wire and a potato peeler. Also, a sharp potato peeler is what you need. The moment the potato peeler gets blunt, you've got to chuck it out and get a new one. And that's okay. You can buy them in packs of 5 or 10 for $2. So it's worth doing. But there is another method that's worth doing, and I'll explain that method to you today. And it is acetone. Here's one I prepared earlier. It'll probably take about 5 minutes to do this, and that's why I haven't necessarily just gone with it and shown you straight away. But basically what I've done is I've put this cable in some acetone. What is the advantage of acetone? This is the advantage of acetone. Have a look at that. And you can see that all of that cableage is coming off really, really easily. And there's another advantage of it. If you do the same deal with motor windings, they say that coated copper wire is worth a little bit less, right? But you've got a good argument to say this wire ain't coated because you put the acetone on it. And the acetone gets rid of the coating. Have a look at this. So I didn't really do that much preparation. I just shoved the whole thing into the acetone, and now I've got this. And the good advantage of this is you can literally scrap it with your hands. So I'll fatigue this wire off later on. All the cases are off, and the acetone will dry, and you'll have a pretty simple, clean piece of wire, just like that. And this is what's left over. That can just go into ordinary waste, this stuff. It's no longer use. You can reuse the acetone, and I can show you a few other I'll show you a few other times. Grab this wire out here. This one's probably not worth, spending much effort scrapping ordinarily, but look at that. Now it is. How about this wire here? Sometimes I put the scraps in to see if I've accidentally not done too much, but this is just a piece of ribbon. I think that might be tin, but there's silver on the ends of these. And now I've got it. Let's have another look in what's here. Here's some more. I think that's actually silver wire, that one, which is cool. I was able to relatively easily scrap that out. Just, there you go. Bit of fingernail action, and then that wire's clear. Of course, I'm doing it quick for the sake of the video. I would be a bit more fastidious with it. Here we go, take off the other piece. There you go, piece of silver or tin wire. Figure out what it is later. I'm just showing you the general principle. Here's another piece of ribbon. And I deliberately just chucked stuff into it rather than prepared it in any way, just to give you an idea of what happens. There you are, that's all done. And I could probably pull it. Yeah, no, I won't bother. Here's another piece. Ordinarily not worth your time. Easily worth your time now. Here's some more in here. A few more pieces. Look at that. This has already come off. Easy, no problem. Look at this. Off it comes, off it comes, off it comes. And the acetone, it does vaporize, so you've got to get more acetone from time to time. But, oh, and this is just the end of the cable, which is just completely demolished. You can see that. It gets a bit mucky, but no problem. And this is, I suppose you could call it poisonous, but it's not that poisonous. Basically, it's a plastic thing. You should probably use gloves, maybe. But I'll wash my hands later on, no trouble. There you go. That's scrap. That's clean. Here we go with another piece. Ordinarily, I would be a little bit more careful with this, but I'm just showing you for the video. You know that. There you go. Another piece done. Here's just a little bit of an end piece that ordinarily you wouldn't worry too much about. Oh yeah, there's also a silver contact on here. So yes, you would worry about this, but I don't know if that's tin or silver. I suspect this is actually silver because it was part of a power arrangement. I'll be figuring all of that out later. I'll use the density of the materials, but they just keep going in here. I'm deliberately using my bare hands. Ordinarily, maybe you should use some gloves or something. But yep, here's some, well, look, here's one that didn't work. That's okay, sometimes it doesn't. Here's that one. Oh, look, copper. That one looks a bit tinny. What else is in here? There's some more ribbon wire that ordinarily you wouldn't worry about. But now you can just get the ends off and then you've got it. Then we've got some little end bits and you can literally just reef them out. You can see how easy this is. Now just remember that you probably should have some kind of system in place, not just randomly pulling things out like I'm doing at the moment. But this is just a demo, like I said. There are a few end pieces that sometimes I chuck into the acetone to see if I've missed it. It's a good way of actually making sure that you get every single scrap of copper out of it too. But there we go. So, yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Now, once you're done with that, you can wash your hands down with the acetone as well. And then you can just, you've got yourself a piece of this, right? And now you can just shove it into the acetone and you start again. So there you go. Acetone is a brilliant way of just getting all of that stuff off of your wires, and it takes no time at all. Whilst this is actually spending time soaking, you can go and get on with another job. Okay, my hands are a bit filthy from all of that, but I will get them clean, don't you worry. Dr. Phil out.
It's Dr. Phil.